Today we're going to dive into the ways of farming Marks of Ascension to get the most amount of rerolls for our level 60 character. This is mostly a guide for new players, but you may still find some useful information anyways. That's my style of playing, so if you have some suggestions to improve it or do it simply better, let us know in the comment section below. Most of the methods mentioned in this guide will be concerning level 60, but there are actually two ways, depending what you like, to kind of maximize the gain of rerolls. First thing are mana storms, basically, even from level 1. As you can see, there are still a chance to actually get those cases of fortune and the skill cards along the way as a rewards for completing each mana storm, so this can possibly gives you quite a lot of rerolls along the way. So if you like farming mana storms and dungeons, this is the way to go for you. But the faster and actually more efficient way I like to use, this is mainly because I'm a PvP maniac, I like to go for the hero scoreboard in your main city, choose the PvP section in here, and then pick up the quest Call to Arms Battleground. As you can see, I can retake it 7 times, and each of those quests basically give me 2,500 marks of ascension, plenty of enchanting stuff, some scoreboard caches, which can also reward some scrolls, but on top of that it also gives us 1200 honor. So you basically accept it, and when you actually win a battleground, you can turn it in, get some very nice amount of honor. You can have up to 75,000 honor stacked, and then you go into this place in Old Town. There's honor and arena quartermaster. You go into this building on the right, and even the first dwarf in here, you can click PvP accessories. And for 15,000 honor points, you can buy Bloody Marks of War. This will award you 1,000 Marks of Ascension. It may not seem that much, but when you actually spam those BGs, you can like cap out your honor like 3 or even 4 times sometimes, depending how it goes and how often do you play, because those daily quests of course reset every day, so you get more and more. So you can get quite a lot of Marks of Ascension in this mode of leveling, and on top of that you also, this is one of the fastest way of leveling if you don't have any auras or anything, because many times when you queue into a BG, some other people have the aura of experience, so this can fasten things quite a lot. Alright boys, but let's first start off with why we need the Marks of Ascension. This is like the main currency in Ascension WoW that is basically used to buy from those 2 guys the scroll reelers. As you can see, 1 scroll of fortune and 2 talent point scrolls. The card packs, 1 each cost like 3,000 Marks of Ascension. The price is kind of less, it starts off from 1,000 when you have fresh level 60 character, and it works also with prestiging, so, and then it goes up by like 100 with each purchase, so eventually it caps out on 3,000, and we need those 3,000 to actually buy. So overall you have to count like 3,000 by each scroll of fortune and 2 scroll of fortune talents. The card packs are basically addition to that, and from the card packs we get 5 cards each for talents and skills, which we can later down use while prestiging or creating new characters. We get Marks of Ascension from basically everything we do, although there are a couple of ways to actually speed this process up. So our main source is the hero scoreboard in each of the capitals, and then first you have Path of Ascension. Those are like tutorial quests that kind of introduce you to some stuff, but they are usually very easy to do, and each one of those gives us 500 Marks of Ascension, so some of those do take a little bit longer, but those are like standard activities, like do some Mystic Ancient Collection, take down Faction Leader, kill a world boss, you know, stuff like that, get to item level, certain item level. So you should definitely focus on those first, especially if you're new to the server, and complete as much as you can, and then later on keep them just in case you're going to be going for a world boss and stuff like that, and you're not going to forget about it, and you will get that extra boost to Marks of Ascension. Later down the line, main thing we have in PvE are all the dungeons run. So basically we have quests for doing the normal dungeons, for heroic, for mythics, for mythic plus, So from the dungeons themselves, you can collect like shit tons of Marks of Ascension. This indicator right here with the number shows you how many times you can actually repeat this quest, because most of those, as you can see, have daily mark, but those are repeatable. And if you're not playing at all, this caps on 7. So if you're not playing for a week, then you can basically catch up with a whole week of playing thanks to the scoreboard. If you don't have time but you have gold, you can just buy this rewards instantly just by paying some gold. So gold is quite important. People say that gold is only used for like cosmetics and Ascension and stuff like that, but no, gold is quite important because you can pay for the rewards basically. So this is quite important. And the other quests we have in here, there's also Skullman's to finish. Let's take this. Then you have like 5 daily quests that give you a little bit more and are also repeatable. And those are quests that usually focus on killing some mobs or gathering some stuff from them in one zone. So basically we click accept all quests from here, and as you can see, we get 5 of those. You just click one. If you're not sure, you click show the map, and this shows me that those are quests for Ajara. I have to kill some Scalebanes. Oh, there's also Azurgaros to kill over nearby, so maybe you could use this as well. But yeah, very simple ones. Each rotation also consists of 1 boss to kill. Usually there are many people doing those quests, so they are very easy. The best way is just to, you know, take a party and just sweep through those. There are also like mobile, portable cardboards. As you can see, I can just summon one if I have to, if I want to, but I can't do this in main city. But yeah, even if you're out there in the open, you can complete those quests. You don't have to come back every time to the main city. So if in your party there's like 2 or 3 guys with this scoreboard, this can be even faster. This is a very convenient item. Then you complete those 7 times and you're done for the day. If you're playing, I like to do them actually solo without any group, because then in the meantime I can queue for the dungeons. And you know, I'm just completing quests within my own pace and doing some dungeons at the same time. So, you know, it's nice change of pace, nice change of environments from just farming those quests. You're also doing some dungeons, which is pretty cool. And it basically doubles your awards later down the line. PvP are kind of out of the question, because if you're focused on PvE, you basically have no gear for that. So we're going to leave them for the moment. There are also high risk. This is also PvP. To be honest, as you can see, I've got plenty to do. But there are only 3 quests per each zone to do. They're very, very difficult because there's always somebody lurking around, you know, because those quests are for specific zone. So there's always some people running there, basically hunting you. So it's very, very risky to actually complete them. But what I like to do is actually complete those profession quests. I'm gonna dismiss all those, except everything we have in here. And then I just simply go into the auction house. That's why we also need gold, and just check what I can get. So I need 3 distilled flask of manifesting power. 3 of those cost 143. And I already know that this is not worth it, because usually I can get this for less gold, but this actually, you can see that this gives you like double Marks of Ascension. So this is actually worth it. For 144, as you can see, completing this costs 150. Every time you have to check whether it's not more profitable to actually buy this like this, just completed by paying gold directly for the quest, rather than buying it off auction house, because sometimes those prices tend to go very high and it's just not worth it. Just a waste of gold to actually buy those ingredients from auction house. But yeah, usually you just want to check out which are the most worthwhile and worth buying. Kinda, you know, figure out gold to ingredient ratio. More simple one, for example, those 40 heavy stone. So we need 40 of those, and 1 stack costs 30. So this is actually profitable. So we buy for 60 gold, we can complete 1 quest. So we're gonna buy 1 of that. Oh my god, that one was pretty cheap. The rest are a little bit more expensive, but anyway, it's 90 gold for completing 1 quest, so it's still more profitable to buy them off auction house. This is why also professions are quite profitable on Ascension, even just, you know, gathering ones, because on daily basis, those quests change, and when you actually hit the spot and you can provide ingredients for daily quests, you can get quite a lot of gold for it. So yeah, we have the ingredients, we can just simply complete it, pick it up again, and then we can get one more. If you're done with the profession quests, then I would go for the PvP section. Then of course you can complete the battlegrounds to get the reward, but you have to actually win them, so this is quite time consuming. The best way actually in here is to buy those proving ground, skirmish and rated. Those are like only cost 85 and you can get quite a lot of max of ascension. On top of that, you also get Bloodforge gear from this, which is Bloodforge gear is the equivalent of normal gear from raids, but turned into PvP sets, so like PvP gear. So instead of PvE modifiers, you have PvP ones. On Ascension, you actually lose gear when you die out in the open world in high risk, so the PvP gear is worth quite a lot, especially if you get very specific pieces. You have to check every single item on the auction house. Some of those are very, very expensive. You can get like sometimes 200 or even more gold each piece, so they're definitely worth it, and this only cost 85 gold, so it's really, really worth it. So definitely worth doing, and you can also get some extra gold back thanks to all the caches you can get. The very simple way to get some additional Marks of Ascension are the Duel quest. This is very cheap to pay, but it's not really worth it. You just accept this one and you advertise yourself on #1 Ascension channel that you are looking for Duel. You can link this quest just by shift left click. It's going to show up like that in your window. Looking for Duel 7 times. I've got Callboard, Stormwind. And I'm pretty sure that somebody will whisper me pretty fast. In the meantime, I'm just going to show you. I'm using 2 macros for this. I'm using the /duel and /4feet. There's one guy for this already, so I'm going to invite him. And then you're in the party, so even if you lose a duel, you still get credit for it. So I'm going to preemptively summon my callboard. So I'm going to be just spamming those 2 macros, and both of us are going to get credit, and it's going to be pretty fast. As you can see, the guy is already here, so I'm going to put /duel. Oh, of course, just remember that you have to be in PvP mode. So you click H. You go for the PvP rule set and you choose, for example, no risk PvP. Completely forgot about this. And then I just spam Duel and forfeit, and we get the credit. And then you spam forfeit and Duel once again. You just spam those 2 macros until everything is done. It's a very fast way and a lot of people want to do it, so... And then you just get another quest. A lot of people want to do it, so it goes pretty fast. It can be a little bit annoying if you don't have like the callboard, but sometimes you can use somebody else's. Now, for all of the quests, you also get, as you can see, all those callboard caches, so you just simply open all of those at once. And you're gonna get all the very nice equipment for it. And on top of that, sometimes you get those bonus callboard caches, which basically consist of the skill cards and talent rerolls. So those are like additional bonus you can get. And basically the rewards are based on your item level. So be sure to have as high as possible to get the maximum the gear you can have. I think the highest item level you can get here is like around 70. Like this one, as you can see, it's like item level 70. You can get also some very nice bags out of it. So very, very cool stuff. You don't have to worry about gear, initial gear that much. Also, there's a weak aura on Ascension side that basically allows you to just click the skill card packs and opens 5 of them initially, instantly. You don't have to click it one by one, and it's actually such a big quality of life improvement that I really big thanks to the guy that made this. As for the dungeons, once more, as you can see, you can queue for the heroic, you can queue for mythic, but you cannot actually queue for normals. But that's why you have the specific dungeons. You can just queue whatever you want, preferably the instances that you have quests for, and then do 7 of those like that. It's no problem. You will not get that extra reward, but you know, it's just 125 marks of ascension, so not really worth it. So when we come back to the normal quest, daily quests we have to do, they are in Azhara, so there is a teleporter in here. Also there's one in Orgrimmar. For 8 gold you can basically teleport to each of those zones, and all the quests basically include the teleports for the zones except for the Fellwood. If you want to get to Fellwood as soon as possible, you go to Winter Spring, and you have to do some footwork to actually get there, but once you get the flight path during your first adventure, it's not going to be such a pain in the ass later on. So let's go to Azhara and complete some quests. So we're here in Azhara. I'm going to also queue for some mythic dungeon in the meantime. Especially as a DPS, this is worth it to do while questing, because, you know, you just reduce their waiting time. And you basically just run around and kill stuff as fast as possible. I will do recommend when you're rerolling stuff to always keep the Lunar Moonfire if you will roll it. This is the Moonfire that actually requires energy to cast. This is so good, it's instant, it doesn't eat mana or anything because energy is always regenerating. And it's great for quests like that because you can basically tag monsters very easily. The more people actually there are doing quests, the better, because the mobs respawn very fast. As you can see, I can just run around and kill almost the same monsters because there are constantly people running around and killing them. Especially in this case, I don't really want to get into any groups because I'm waiting for my dungeon to pop up. It's very convenient for me that way. I've got 2 quests done already. Still have to kill some giants and then some Nagas. This is actually the spot when the boss, this one, the Valksas, is respawning. As you can see, somebody did already put Alliance Hero scoreboard. I can already turn in the quest I've done and do them once again already. Oh, the boss has shown. Let's just charge in quickly. It's enough if you at least hit him once. And I do recommend doing this quest first, because if somebody puts down a call board, you can just turn it in, then he's gonna respawn pretty fast, and you can just kill him once again. And there are usually some mobs around that are also required for the other quests, so it's pretty convenient. Okay, I turned in the quest. As you can see, I have used all my daily repetition for this quest, so I can complete the other ones and be done for today. So when you turn in all the quests once again, you can just open your cardboard caches once more, get some bonus stuff. As you can see, thanks to the rewards, I already have 150 gold back, which means that I can still complete more quests. Like I said, usually I go for the PvP ones because they give you the most max of ascension per gold spent. And you also get that Bloodforged gear, which can be pretty expensive at times, especially weapons. So it's definitely worth doing. So when you're done with the quest that you can actually do from the call board, and you don't have any more gold to actually get more rewards, there are a couple of ways you can continue farming your rerolls. One of the things is, once again, mana storms. Basically, the higher you get, the more chances for those good stuff you get. And also in mana storms, you can very often find greedy demons, which can drop you like 20 gold and rewards worth even more. So I would say like per 2 greedy demons, you can get 1 more quest complete, thanks to the amount of gold gained. So it's still definitely worth doing. Otherwise, you can still farm some. Mana storms are especially effective while in group, so definitely look for some people on Ascension main channel to basically farm some of the scrolls. It's going pretty faster then, and it's more reliable. Also, you get a lot of the caches, which you can potentially get quite a lot of gold off, so once again, more rewards to be taking off the call board itself. And I also heard, which I didn't check myself, is that you can get quite a lot of the scrolls from raiding as well, because each boss like drops you the scroll, and you can get more gear if you prefer this way of playing. So Mythic Plus and stuff like that, definitely worth doing. So all the endgame content activities are going to reward you with those. So everything I have shown you, everything here basically are revolves around repeatable quests, and if you're playing for quite often, those quests will not reset that fast. So I usually like to have like 3 or 4 characters which I want to build and improve, and I just do those daily quests and stuff like that on them. But I don't actually play that much, so this works for me. If you have more ideas for this, then definitely state it in the comments as I've said before. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.